Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. How are you all children? I hope you all are fine. I am here with a new topic today in maths, that is whole numbers. Now in today's video we are going to see some of the properties related to whole numbers. Okay. Now before that, let's try to understand what we mean by whole numbers. See, there are different types of numbers. Does that sound something strange? See, the same numbers are grouped in different types. Okay. Now you have heard of natural numbers or counting numbers. Okay. Today what we are going to do is whole numbers. Then inshallah in future there is a topic which we will be doing, there we call them integers. Okay. So numbers are divided or grouped in different ways and the name is given to them. Okay. Now what do we mean by counting numbers or natural numbers? Counting numbers or natural numbers means the same. Now counting numbers or natural numbers are the numbers that start from 1. Okay. If we start the numbers, writing the numbers from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on. There is no end for the numbers, we know that, right? There are infinite numbers, there is no end, we can go on writing the numbers. So, but if we start from 1, then that group of numbers we call them natural numbers or counting numbers. Now, why do we call them so? If I ask you all to start your counting, how do you start? You will start from 1, 2, 3, 4, right? If I give you some chocolates and ask you to count the chocolates, what will you do? You will start counting from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So, these numbers, when we start from 1, we call them counting numbers or natural numbers. Okay. So, if the numbers we write from 1, 2, 3, so on, this group of numbers are called natural numbers. So, what are whole numbers then? Whole numbers will start from 0. Okay. If we start writing the numbers from 0, 1, 2, 3, so on, then this group of numbers, okay, we call them whole numbers. So, whole number will have 0 also, okay, which starts from 0. Is it clear to you all? What is the difference between natural numbers and whole numbers? Or counting numbers and whole numbers? Okay. Counting numbers, because we start counting from 1, we do not start from 0. If I give you some books and ask you to count, you will start counting from 1, you will not start counting from 0, isn't it? So, we start from 1. So, when we start from 1, it is counting numbers, or we also call them natural numbers. If we have a set of numbers which start from 0, then they are whole numbers. So, whole numbers, we are going to look into this group, fine. So, that starts from 0 and so on. Now, in whole numbers there are some properties. We have already learnt about the operations: addition, subtraction, multiplication and division, right. These are the 4 operations that we have in arithmetic. Now, for these operations there are some properties. Okay. So, we are going to discuss the 3 properties today: closure property, commutative property and associative property. Okay. And these 3 properties are applicable for addition and multiplication. Okay. Addition and multiplication, both you will find fit for these 3 properties, whereas subtraction or division will not, these properties are not applicable for subtraction or division. Okay. So, I am going to give you do these 3 properties with the examples of addition and multiplication together. Okay. To start with, let us start the first property, that is closure property. Closure property says, first I will talk about addition. If you add 2 whole numbers, when you add 2 whole numbers, the answer that you get will be another whole number. Okay. When you add any 2 whole numbers you take and add in this group, take any 2 numbers, so on, any number. Okay. You take any 2 numbers, any 2 whole numbers, add them and see what answer you get. The answer will be another whole number. Okay. For example, say 12 plus 15. Say 12 is a whole number, 15 is also a whole number. So, when I add them, the answer that I will get is 27. Now, 27 is also a whole number. So, this property is called the closure property. When you add 2 whole numbers, you get a new whole number. Okay. So, we call this property as closure. It is closed in the group of whole numbers only. Clear? Same way multiplication also. You add any two, you multiply any two numbers, the whole numbers, you will get another whole number as the answer. For example, say you have 9 into 8. See, 9 is a whole number, 8 is also a whole number. When you multiply these two whole numbers, the answer that you get, 9 8s are 72. 72 is also a whole number. Okay. So, when we add the whole numbers or when we multiply the whole numbers, the answer that we get is another whole number. So, it is this property, is closed under the group of whole numbers only. All the numbers will be in that group. Understood? So, this property is called closure property. You add or multiply the whole numbers, the answer that you get will also be a whole number. Clear? Now, next moving on to the second property, that is commutative property. Now, what does this property tell you? Say for example, I have two numbers 3 plus 4. What is the answer that we get when we add 3 and 4? We will get 7. Correct? Now, here you see 3 is written 3 is written first and 4 is written in the second place, right? Now, I will change the order. I will change the order of this number and I will write 4 plus 3. What will happen? Will the answer change? No. 4 plus 3 is also 7. You either write 3 plus or 3 first or 4 first. The answer has no change. The answer will not change. So, this property is called commutative property. Even when we change the order of the numbers, when we change the place of the numbers and we add them, the answer does not change. So, we can say that 3 plus 4 is equal to 4 plus 3 because both will give you the same answer. When you add 3 plus 4, you will get 7, 4 plus 3 also will give you 7. So, this property is called commutative property, order property also it is called, but in your book it is commutative property. Okay. So, even if you change the order of the numbers, the places of the numbers and you add them, the answer remains the same. Same thing happens in multiplication also. Okay. For example, say 2 into 5. 2 into 5 is 10, right? 2 5s are 10. Now, here 2 I have written first and then I have written 5. Let me change the order. Let me change the places and see what happens. So, first I will write 5 and then I will write 2. 5 into 2. 5 into 2 is also 10. See, when we multiplied the numbers by changing the order or the places of the numbers, the answer did not change. The answer remains the same. So, this property is called commutative property. So, for in addition as well as in multiplication, you will see that even if we change the order of the numbers, the answer will not change. I hope it is clear to you all what is commutative property. Okay. Commutative and closure property, I hope it is clear. Next, moving on to the third property, that is associative property. Okay. Now, what is associative property? Associative property means here we will group the numbers. There will be more than 2 numbers. Okay. For example, say I have 3 plus 5 plus 6. Okay. Now, there are 3 numbers. I will group them. Okay. First, I will group 3 and 5. We have done BODMAS, isn't it? And what we have learned there, brackets we have to solve first. Okay. Now, I have grouped 3 and 5 together. So, first we will solve 3 and 5. So, 3 plus 5. 3 plus 5 is 8 plus 6. 8 plus 6 is 14. Okay. Now, I will group it in a different way. Like first 3 plus 6 plus 5. See, the numbers are same. Okay. But now I am going to group this. Fine. The numbers are same, but I have changed the group. Let us see what happens to the answer. Okay. Now, first we have to solve the bracket. So, 3 will remain as it is plus 6 plus 5. 6 plus 5 is 11. Now, 3 plus 11 is 14. See, the answer is same. Even when we change the group, the answer did not change. Okay, here you can see I have first added, I have group 3 and 5, whereas here I have group 6 and 5, but it did not make any difference in the answer. So, this property is called associative property. In addition, even if you change the grouping, the group of the number, the answer remains the same. Same thing happens in multiplication also. Okay, let us see that. Say for example, I have 3 numbers 2 into 4 and into 5. Okay. Now, first I will group 2 and 4. Fine. So, first I have to solve the bracket. So, 2 into 4, 2 4s are 8 into 5. Now, 8 into 5 is 40. Now, next I am going to change the group and see what happens. So, here I will change 2 into 5 into 4. Okay, or we can write 4 into 5 also. Okay, we have seen even if we change the order of the place of the number, the answer does not change, right. Now, we will change the group and see what happens. I have grouped 5 and 4 now. Now, here I will multiply 5 into 4 first. 2 into 5 into 4 is 20. Okay. Now, 2 into 20 is 40. Did the answer change? No. Even when we change the group of the numbers in addition and in multiplication, and remember children, the sign should be same, or see both the signs are addition here. Here both the signs are multiplication. The signs have to be same, and you can change the order and see that the answer will not change. You will get the same answer. Okay. I hope you have understood the 3 properties. I have taken addition and multiplication together because these 3 properties are applicable or have the same rule for addition and multiplication. Okay. So, quickly we will see what we have discussed today. First we saw what are whole numbers. Whole numbers are the group of numbers that start from 0. Okay, 0, 1, 2, 3, so on. There is no end for whole numbers. You can write any number. Okay. Then closure property. Closure property means you add or multiply 2 or 3 whole numbers. The answer that you get will be another whole number. So, the answer as well as the addends or the multiplicants will be all in the group of whole numbers. Okay. In the same group you will find the numbers. Then second property that we saw was commutative property. Okay. In commutative property we saw that the answer does not change even when we change the order or the places of the numbers in addition as well as in multiplication. Okay. So, even if we change the order or the place of the number, the answer remains the same. Then the third property that we saw was associative property. Here the answer remains the same even when you change the grouping of the numbers. Again, in addition and multiplication, both this rule fits in or it satisfies both. Okay. So, even if you change the group of the number and then you add or multiply them, the answer will remain the same. I hope you have understood all the 3 properties. Inshallah, I will come with new properties in our next videos. Till then, keep practicing, stay at home and be safe. Jazakumullahu khaira. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.